What's going on, guys? It's your boy Random Guy Kevin. This is Thoughts of a Random Guy. We talk about many things dealing with love, dating, relationships, adulting, life's ups and downs, and the ever-evolving world of just being a human. Don't forget to check me out on all your favorite social media platforms at Random Guy Kev and my website at randomguykev.com. Today's topic is what is today's topic? What did I say? I forgot what I said. Oh, yeah, sorry. Something about healing. Should you date while you're healing? And my guests are
Dr. George.
Oh, okay, Dr. George.
Dr. George heard you. And big little brother Kenan.
Okay, so in today's topic, people say healing. You know, individuals need to heal sometimes. They need to get, their traumas and shit together, and that they should not involve themselves with other people while they're in this healing stage of their life. And I think healing looks different for everybody when it comes to specific things. Depends what you're healing from, and also, what dating looks like to you, because everybody doesn't consider everything dating. Having conversation with people and dating could be considered two different things. But healing as a whole, for me, I would say I know people that have gone through traumatic experiences with other individuals where they've been beaten or had some type of mental trauma, and they've gotten right back into dating, or they took time off of dating to work on themselves for 3, 4, 5 years before they got back into the dating pool and talking to other people. And social media always dictates that you should not, it's one or the other. You should not be dating people until you're fully healed, but you never know when you're fucking fully healed. And then and if you are going through something, to tell someone that you're going through something before you start dating them, so that you give them the option. Thoughts?
I could start it off because I'm an individual who I came from a traumatic experience back in, what was that, 20...
Oh, he giving dates.
2020. March of 2020.
He giving dates.
It was a hard time. It was a hard time. Hard time for all of us. For all of us. Because all of us, you and George were both in it with me. In the trenches with me. So back in March of 2020, I went through my traumatic experience with my ex. And I was hurt. I was scarred. But I knew I needed to heal, so I sought out a therapist. But I still knew in the back of my head, I still got so much love to give. I still want to love. However, there's certain things that are incorrect with me and how I think and how I process things. So I need that help, but I still got love to give. And I'll be honest, I'm not sick, so why am I going to stop dating? I'm not sick. So 3 weeks after that breakup, I found my wife. That's the reality behind it. I had to lie to her. I said, "Yeah, I've been broken up for 3 months, but now it was 3 weeks, and I found my wife."
And then you told her that it was really 3 weeks.
Yeah, I told her maybe a year later, but I think.
So you started off the relationship lying, toxic.
Yes, but to my defense, I basically told her, "Hey, this is the situation. I'm still healing from my ex." And I gave her the option because she could have left. Yeah. Once I started to get to know her before we were together, I told her, I said, I'm healing. I'm still hurt and scarred from my ex because of X, Y, and Z. Now, if you don't want to be with me or don't want to deal with that, I completely understand it. But I wanted to be transparent and give you that option. Yeah. She decided to stick around and say, hey, I'm going to help you with your healing and through your healing process. However, I am not that woman, so you can't sit there and think that I'm going to hurt you the same way she did. And I said, okay, she's spitting. And it's that old saying, don't bleed on somebody who hasn't cut you. She never cut me, so I can't bleed on her.
He folded. He folded when she said,
yeah.
Listen, he folded.
Yeah.
Yo,
what you gonna say to that?
I'm going to tell you right now, between me and Kenan, we be folding under simple shit.
Yeah.
Like,
trust me,
shit,
I know.
We be,
With Kenan, I know.
we be folding under simple shit. Like, if a woman says some shit like that, listen, you mine. Bending the fuck over, like, this is it.
Yeah.
You want this ring now or later? Like, pick it out.
But that's what happened, and to have somebody still choose me after knowing the trauma and the hurt that I come with was like because you don't have to do that. So it's like, it showed me like, yo, she really respects me. She really fucks with me, and cool, we can move forward from this. And I'm pretty sure there might still be things that that have caused hurt in my past relationship, where they might come up in this relationship, even though I've been through 2 sessions or 3 sessions of therapy, that I probably still don't realize, that she might realize. So I think that's part of it.
I mean, my thing, I'm happy. I'm always happy when men go to therapy, because like it's one of those things where your therapist will check you. If you have a good therapist, that motherfucker will check you and make you hate them, but you love them at the same time because you know they right. And it's one of those things when you're going through a process, it's like, yo, how long have we been doing these sessions? Like, get out of it. This is not real. Like, this is not, this person doesn't see this, and this. And I'm on the outside looking in, and you're just being you. And that person did X, Y, and Z. Again, everybody goes through some type of trauma, and healing looks different for everybody. But it's you telling her what was going on and that you're healing through this process, and her response to, continue going through, the whole dating process with you. I mean, that takes an adult, essentially. Yeah. But you communicated that to her.
But I think it's important for you to give somebody full transparency.
Yeah, always.
Don't ever take somebody's choice away from them. Yes. Even if you were to cheat on them, be honest and say, yo, off the rip, y'all, this is what happened. Mm-hmm. If that person decides to stick with you, then allow them. But don't take anybody's choice away from them. Because that's foul, that's fucked up, and karma comes back to bite all of us in the ass.
I agree with that. I feel like I believe in allowing people to have their own free will to make decisions, And to answer this question, I think what Kenan did was very right. Like, should you date while healing? It looks different for everyone. I don't believe in making a general statement saying, oh, no one should date while you're healing. You should come healed first. Again, it's impossible. We all have different traumas. We have childhood traumas. For me to heal from childhood to everything I done experienced in adulthood, losing my dad, like, it's so much to heal from. I can't possibly come healed. It's impossible.
Yeah. I mean, we all have so much going on, but the thing is, the next thing is, don't project your traumas or your issues onto the person you're dealing with.
Agreed. Yes. I love that. That is so true. There's this page I follow on Instagram. Like, I think I show you the page. I love that guy's page. And he touches on that so much. And it's like, sometimes there's inner turbulence within ourselves. Like, if you don't recognize that, you don't have self-awareness to know, yo, maybe my energy is off. Maybe there's something else. Sometimes I wake up in the morning, I'm not in a good mood. Mm-hmm. Not that my wife did anything, not that my sisters or my friends did anything to me, just sometimes energy is off. Mm-hmm. But recognizing that and knowing like, yo, let me check myself a little bit. This person didn't do anything to me. I shouldn't be responding to them this way. Mm-hmm. But I feel like that really comes with self-awareness, because a lot of people, you don't even know your energy is off. You just feel like you're behaving regular. But with self-awareness, you can pick up on that and realize, yo, let me calm down a little bit. These people didn't really do anything to me. Or maybe I had a long, difficult day at work. I might come home a little bit cranky. But again, you have to be able to find your peace and a way to de-stress before you start projecting inner turbulence to your partner.
And one thing, you're absolutely right, because sometimes I wake up and I'll be ready to beat niggas the fuck up. And I'll be like, yo, why? I'm like, yo, where does this energy come from? Like, I fell asleep good last night and I just woke up. I'm ready to fight.
Yeah, like, I don't know what it is, man. It's like, it's something.
The violence just turned on. Like, you know what? Yeah. I'm choosing violence this morning.
Literally. No, but with self-awareness, you can literally check yourself and you can take that accountability and say, yo, this is me. Like, it's something off with me. This person didn't do anything to me. But with that, it takes a lot to come to that type of thinking.
Like our last discussion, it's the different phase of adulting and understanding like where you're at in life. And a lot of people don't understand that piece. Some people, I think everybody should seek some form of therapy. But most people don't. They have traumas from their childhood, traumas from relationships, things that they've gone through that they've never really discussed with anybody or reflected on or looked back at themselves on and been like, okay, this is where I need to improve as a human being because this shit still has a hold of me. And before you get into that next thing and compare your last to your most present, you shouldn't even be comparing at all. You should come in fresh slate. We're starting this fresh. I'm good. This is what I'm going through. Like Kenan, what you did. This is what I'm going through. If you want to stay here, you can. If you don't, you don't. But this is what I'm going through currently and keeping it pushing.
But when you talk about comparisons, like for me, I think it's hard not to compare because all I've ever done is play sports. So I'm always comparing athletes. Okay, who's a better athlete? I'm always comparing better situations in life. Okay, if I were to go here, would I make more money compared to here? I think for me personally, it's ingrained within me to compare or to look at comparisons. So when I look at my and I don't think I do it intended, it just happens. When I look at my wife now and let's say my ex, it's not I'm intentionally trying to compare, but if you look at apples and oranges, it's fucking night and day. It's night and day, and it's not that I intentionally try to compare. It just happens because I'm in a world where all I'm doing is comparing. All I'm
You're
doing
in a
is
happier space.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You're in a happier space. You're just like,
yo,
what the fuck? Like, how did I get here?
What was I?
Over here smiling like, so I really went through this bullshit to get like, wow.
And I think while you're doing it is one thing that you told me, George, is Kenan, you got to remember who you are. You have to remember your stats. You have to value yourself as an individual. Yeah. And then once I started to value myself and understand who I was as a person and what I bring into this world and my energy,
you don't tolerate
you be like, fuck no, I'm not tolerating that shit. Yeah. But it goes back to your self-awareness, what you were saying about self-awareness.
No, I feel like that, like you got to be able to run your own stats. Because again, if you're expecting validation from your partner or your friends, what if they just don't validate you today? You know, like, are you just going to be feeling down about yourself? So you have to be able to look in the mirror. But again, that comes with being honest. Don't pad your stats if that's not who you are. You know what I'm saying? You got to be honest with yourself. So it comes with being honest and self-aware. But I 100% believe everyone should be able to validate themselves. You should be able to look at yourself in the mirror, be honest with yourself.
We all have moments of doubt when something happens. I did, and it was bad because I'm not that type of person. I never have moments of doubt, but I did, and I was sitting there confused as fuck. And I called Kenan. Kenan checked me. Kenan was like, "Yo, you know how we were raised. This is not it. This is not fucking it. You know what you bring to the table. You know what you're about. You know how we were raised." And my therapist came back with the same thing. Like, Kevin, come on, like.
For me, what I do with that when I do have moments of doubts is I look at the evidence.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like emotions can lie to you. Emotions can steer you the wrong way. But if you have evidence saying that you're not this type of person, then you have to go with the evidence. You can't go with the emotion side of it. Yeah. You have to follow the evidence.
Yeah, and one thing, like, me telling you about your stats, Kev, is because George did the same thing to me. So also having strong male friends who can allow you to tell you, yo, nah, I think it's also very important, and it helps in healing processes, especially for black men, because we don't have many people to go to. We rarely have many people who are aligned with what we're doing. And that's why I have a lot more female friends than I do males, because most women, they're always climbing to become better, become a better version of themselves, do more in life, buy homes, do this. Where when I used to talk to males, it's like, yo, what club we going to? Who buying a bottle? All right, how many hoes can we fuck tonight? And for me, I've grown past that point in my life where it's no longer that. And even now, where I come across a group of guys, and I'm 30, they probably 30, and they still talking the same garbage. And it's hard for me to find men that I can align with. So when you talk about healing process, finding men who have the same common interests as you do in terms of building a life, getting married, finances, generational wealth, is very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, it goes into, as you get older, finding friends and eliminating your old ones because they don't go with your life journey. They don't fit there at all. As far as healing in general, like what steps have you guys done for yourselves to, if you've ever been through a situation, what steps have you done to heal yourself and move forward, or if you're still in the process of healing, like what have you done to get yourself better in a better
For me,
space?
is more like first step one is just being honest with yourself. A lot of people, it's very easy to blame the other party, whoever that hurt you or whatever you perceive they did to you. It's very, very easy to say, oh, it was all them. Especially a lot of times when you hear people talk about their ex. I was perfect. I did this for them. I did that. My ex did this to me. But again, you also gotta understand you played a role in it. You know, there's no one that's 100% innocent in any situation. So I feel like step one is being honest and having an honest conversation with yourself, and also understanding what you did wrong. Then trying to kind of dissect what you did wrong and trying to work on how you can better the situation, how you can better yourself and work to improve those areas that you lack in. So I feel like that's kind of what I try to do personally.
One thing that you said you made a very key point is holding yourself accountable, because even for my last situation, it was always, yo, I fucked up because I didn't do X, Y, and Z. I should have done this better. And you have to look at yourself in the mirror, because it's very easy to look at the other person and say, no, they did. But when you take a step back and say, no, this is where I fucked up. I should have did X, Y, and Z. That's my fault. And taking ownership of it is extremely important. But for me, within my healing process it was the Bible, God, prayer, and therapy. And then also talking to like-minded individuals, both men and women, just so I could hear their perspective and just understand where I fucked up, what I could have done better. But it was a lot of prayer and therapy.
I would like to add something. I don't think it's safe to only speak to like-minded individuals, because that's like a double-edged sword.
I need devil's advocates.
Yeah, you need people with different mindsets, because you don't want to just talk to people that think like you.
No, but the thing is, it's like if you have the right friends, they'll look at both the good and the
exactly.
bad. Like, if you like you said, I think it's if you have the right people in your circle, you know who to talk to. They'll correct your shit.
So that's what I mean by like-minded individuals. When I'm right, you're gonna call me when I'm right. Yeah. When I'm wrong, you're still going. You and I are very like-minded in a lot of situations. But when I'm wrong, there's plenty of times you be like, nah, Kenan, you wrong. Yeah. And I be like, fuck that. I know I'm wrong. I'm thinking emotionally right now. Fuck, I know I'm not thinking logically. She just made me mad.
No, and that's the thing. It's like with my situation, you know, I let you read my text messages. I screenshot a text message and sent them to you. I let my friends read text messages. I like took notes on things that were discussed during therapy sessions, and I'm sitting there like, and the entire time I'm blaming myself because I fucked up. I'm like, how did it even get to this point? And I'm still trying to, you know, I've been trying to understand, like, how did it even get to this point? What did I do wrong? Then come to find out, she has her own traumas she needs to deal with that she's projecting onto me, and it's not necessarily 100% my fault. Like, I've been blaming myself. And then as I take a step further back, I'm looking deeper and like, okay, old Kev would have said deuces and kept it moving. New Kev is sacrificing everything to try and make this work and understand where he fucked up.
But how do we, and my question to y'all is, how do we help individuals, especially black women, help them when they are healing? And I think, again, healing could be different. It could be healing from sexual assault, which I don't think gets talked about enough, or it could be healing from a relationship. So how should we be when it comes to helping our counterparts when they are healing with something like that?
I think communication is step one. You just have to ask, like, what would you like me to do? Like, how would you like me to be here for you? Because I don't know.
And a lot of times the answer is I don't know.
Then maybe both of us is go to therapy.
Then it's like trying to get understanding. Please, though. Again, at the end of the day, we will never be able to read their minds. Seek therapy so that therapists can pull out as much as possible, so you can communicate that better to us, because we're simple. It's either black or white. It's one or the other. Like, okay, we're good. No, we're not good. Or tell me why we're not good. Because of black, because of white. Not gray. Don't say gray, because we don't understand fucking gray. We don't understand gray at all. So it's like, that's why I tell people, like, I stay away from gray. Either yes, no. That's it. No maybes, because maybes we don't fucking understand. Because either way, that could be a good thing or a bad thing. It's like, be clear with everything.
Y'all better than me. I operate in the gray. My emotions be getting the best of me
No,
sometimes. I'm
no,
like,
no.
yeah,
I gotta
you
take,
know my emotions
I'm
be getting
sorry.
the best of me.
I gotta take a step back to try to understand things. It's like, bro, like
For me, gray is just too confusing. I'm a
it's confusing.
It's
Right.
emotional.
Yeah.
It's an emotional state.
Yeah, I'm a very direct individual, so I like to communicate
Yeah,
direct.
I like
one thing
my shit to
about
be-
me that I hate is when someone said they didn't know. Like, I hate that shit. Like, I look at it as an excuse.
Maybe
so for me, I
it wasn't
try to-
communicated effectively for them to know.
Maybe.
Because people understand things differently. Again, people understand things differently. So it's like, okay, I'm communicating it to you this way, and you're just looking at me. You don't understand. Let me try to articulate it in a way that you do understand. Again, we're all humans at the end of the day. We make mistakes, but understanding is a hard concept depending on what topic it is and things like that. Yeah, and who you're speaking
And
to.
I think even talking about how my wife understands holding something over your head and how I understand it. I've been dealing with this woman for 3 years, and now I'm finally understanding what she means by that word. That's what I'm talking about with the communication. Sometimes
Shit take time.
Yeah,
It takes time.
It takes time.
Yeah, there's no time limit on growth and communication.
Nah,
Because everyone
man.
is changing every single day, every month. So, like, the same, like your wife you met 3 years ago is not the same.
No,
wife
not the
you
same
have.
person. Y'all relationship is
not the
different
same,
from
yeah.
what it was 3 years ago to now.
And then on top of that, I was deployed for 5 months, so I wasn't home. So there's a lot of different components that operates in this joint. So I think it's all about trying to figure it out. And for me, I try to take it day by day. What can I do today? Okay, let's worry about winning today. Today was good? Cool. We'll worry about tomorrow when tomorrow comes. Yeah. I had to break it down like that to smaller, because before I was biting off, all right, what we doing next week? What we doing next month? And it's just like, nah, because now I'm overthinking and I'm all over the place.
And things, again, your dynamic changes. You and your person change regularly. And that person you met a year ago, a month ago, whatever, has changed. They've evolved. Like, person you could be dealing with, 6 months ago. Now they're committed to you. They're learning more about you. You learning more about them, and you're adjusting your behavior to make them happy. You want to see that person happy. Yeah. So you're adjusting your behavior, mannerism, things you used to do to make sure they're happy. And people are just like, oh, I don't change for anybody. Everybody changes. We all change. You have to. Yeah, you have to change. We all change, no matter what, to better our partner. And we mimic some of the behavior, especially if we're around them a lot.
Yeah. That's like one of the most important decisions you can make in life is choosing the right partner.
Yeah.
Because whatever they're going through,
You feel it.
You're gonna feel it. It's gonna blend into you as well.
And again, you can't read their minds. Everybody remember that. You can't read your other person's mind. If you're going through shit, specifically say, yo, I have a fucking problem. Yeah. Communicate that shit. Over communicate if you need to. And I think that's where sometimes people lack as far as expressing that, yo, I'm not feeling good today. You made me feel this way. Okay, let's talk about it. Yeah. Versus, all right, you're getting a quiet treatment. I'm not texting you all day. I'm not giving you a call. That's childish. Yeah. As you get older, I'm sorry, that's childish.
No,
like
for
what?
I
For
agree.
what? Why are we doing this?
I agree.
Like,
I do think in a way that is childish, but people have to kind of learn how to communicate or how to just say things. Just say you're upset, even if you feel some type of way and you don't want to speak today, that's okay. I can give you that, but you have to let me know. Yeah. You have to let me know there's a problem and you don't want to talk today, you don't want to text today. That's perfectly fine. I'll give you your space. Yeah. But to just like not say anything and just don't text the person, I agree with you. That is childish because now the other person is wondering, what did I do wrong? What's going on? You're just making that person overthink, which I think is unfair.
Yeah. And don't have expectations, please. Please don't have people always have expectations on relationships, how things should go. Okay, you're healing. This is how I expect you to heal. Like, what? You can't set that on me. Like, you really can't do that. And I've had some people like, oh, Kev, you're supposed to heal this way. It's like, bitch, I'm having a great fucking time out here.
We outside. We outside.
Leave me the fuck alone.
We outside.
Like,
you can't tell somebody and I feel like it comes with social media. Because if you're on social media, people they feel like, oh, this is how you're supposed to do this. It looks like, no, it doesn't work.
It
like
looks
that.
different for everybody. Different. Like, if you're my friend, you know that once I burn that bridge is dead. You're a blur to me. I can see you in public, blur, until you walk up to me like, oh, hey, Kev, oh, shit, what's good? keep it cordial, keep it moving. That's it.
I think a perfect example of healing, well, at the time I needed that form of healing, was when our sister died back in 2016. My form of healing was running through as many females as I could. That was a form of healing for me.
But we have to admit
And that was
not right.
no, that was incorrect. Absolutely,
that was terrible.
Yeah, if I go back, I could take it back. I would, but you know, it happened. It is. You learn from it. You move on. But for me, at the time, that's what the healing looked like for me. Yeah. Being out drinking, I was out drinking, just doing whatever. And somebody was like, "Yo, are you okay?"
Oh, bitch,
No,
I ain't okay.
I'm not okay. But this is the closest thing I'm gonna get to being okay.
Yeah. And my thing is, for me, I disconnected from everybody. Like, I was in a relationship at the time, and like people were like giving her, like telling her, like straight up, like, I'm surprised Kevin's still with you right now, because I disconnect. Like, I disconnect and just disappear. Like, I don't give a fuck. That's how I figure out my life. And I go months disappearing, not contacting anybody. I'll see your text messages. I won't be on social media. You won't find me anywhere. But that was the way I did. I got better.
But in 2018, when our father died, it was, for me, it was like, okay, I'm not sleeping. I'm just chilling. Yeah. I'm just
because
chilling.
that one came. That one came as a slower thing. We knew it was coming.
Happen.
We knew it was coming. Yeah. So it was like, all right, we got to prepare ourselves.
But
and it
also,
sucks.
I didn't want to be that same person.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not okay.
No, I feel like healing definitely looks different for all of us. Because for me, what I do, like when my dad suddenly died 2015, I didn't want to face the situation head on. So I just threw myself into like medicine. Yeah. Like I just kind of disappeared a little bit, but all my focus, energy went into medicine. You know, so it definitely looks different for everyone. So I don't think anyone is in the right place to tell someone else what healing should be or should not be, because we're just all different people.
And I think that's also true when it applies to like relationships, marriage. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't tell me what works for us. Yeah. This is what works for us. Yeah, so.
But again, we're all different.
I hate that when people say, "Hey, this is what works for your relationship." Bitch, that works for your relationship. Yeah. That don't work for mine.
Are you in this relationship? Like, you can't make those type of statements. And I feel like that's the thing I have. That's my biggest issue with social media and like all these other people like trying to give relationship advice, real estate advice, or just any advice. You have to just kind of put a one-liner before you even say, I'm just speaking from personal experience. So you can't start dictating this.
These are my opinions.
Yeah, these are your opinion. You can't just, it's supposed to be like this. This is how you get a man to like you. This is how you get a woman to do. No.
Yeah, no, I ain't falling for that shit.
Like, for me personally, and I love how you use that example when they say this is how this is what a man looks like to you, or whatever the case you just said. Yeah. For me, there's certain men who, I haven't met them, but I'm sure there's men who out there who like their women who dress like Keke Palmer. And that's okay, you feel me? And there's other men who just be like, nah, that's not okay. Everybody has their preference, and that's okay.
I think that's okay. Just communicate your preference. If you don't fit the other person's preference, it's okay.
Yeah, move on. If your person respects you, they'll fight other men. They'll fight ushers off. They'll be like, get away from the bitch.
I mean, it depends on that individual.
Yeah, but it's Usher still. Usher got Riz. I don't know.
I don't care who it is.
You bet.
But I think it goes to the person's preference. Like, you can't tell somebody what's right or wrong in their relationship. You can't tell somebody what's right and wrong on how to heal. Mm-hmm. Everybody heals differently. Everybody heals in every different component. And I think therapy is effective if you go, you use it. And I think everybody should be in therapy. However, if somebody is like, therapy doesn't work for me,
you gotta respect that.
That's it. And that's it. Okay, cool. Good luck with the other ways of healing. That's all I could do is try to support you as a friend. But yeah, that joint is crazy.
No, I agree. As we come to a close here, your guys' final thoughts on should you date while you're healing?
I think I like what Kenan did. Again, you can date while you're healing. Just communicate that with the other person, just so they have the free will to decide if they want to stick around through your healing process or not. And I also I also don't think it's right for you to tell someone what healing looks like for them. You know, you have to let people be who they want to be or who they think they are.
For me, the only thing I have to tell you is my personal experience. I found my wife 3 weeks after my ex broke up with me. So, I would say just be fully transparent with the person that you're courting and just say, hey, this is my trauma. This is what I come through. I want to be with you. I want to deal with you, but I'm still going through this healing process. And allow the person to make the decision to be with you or not be with you from what you say.
Yeah, don't block your blessings.
At all.
That's it. Just don't block your blessings. But that's it for this episode. You guys can find me on all social media platforms at Random Guy Kev and my website at randomguykev.com. Don't forget to check in, and I will catch you guys on the next one.